Hey everybody, it's Rivet Liquor here again. Today I'm going to be revisiting an old dread tutorial. It's called Backcombing 101. Alright, I'm just kidding. I am going to play a little bit on that one, but I'm mostly going to focus on single-ended dreads. Now, I haven't personally made dreads in a long time, so I may be a bit rusty, but what I've been noticing lately is the single-enders that people have been churning out. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing with the loops. Where the hell did you learn that stuff? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and have a go at different types of loops, including the Lark's head knot, which I tried successfully for a while, but I thought it was just too fidgety. Tying the hair in half or something, braiding it, that one I really don't like the outcome of. I don't think I will get very far with that. And tying the loop off with elastics? What are you guys doing? I really don't know. I'm not trying to undermine the methods, but I just personally feel that it's becoming an annoyance to see so many, dread makers with so much potential using these methods, and the dreads turn out to be a bit crap in the end, just purely based on the loop. The rest of the dread's great, but the loop, oh my god, it's like a nightmare. Anyway, to create a perfect loop, really, what you're going to need is a piece of fabric. If you don't have a piece of fabric, use a thick coat hanger, and I'm talking thick coat hanger about that thick, like a pen. You want the loop to be about that big in the end. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculously small, it's about 7mm. But if you have one of these things, a crochet hook, you'll have no problem getting them into your hair. Now, anyway, the purpose is, when you install single-ended dreads, the loop has to be small enough that it sits against the scalp nicely, and it doesn't move around funny. And when it does grow out, it's still sitting there nicely, and you don't have all these floppy little bits. But anyway, I'm going to just try out some methods. I'm going to use my piece of fabric, so I'll tie that to the ironing board because my chair is a bit messy. Anywho, I'm gonna go here. Yeah, I realize I do have a neon green skirt. Actually, it's neon yellow. Anyway, we'll start with a blue. And just take a nice little amount. Now, first method I'm going to try out is the Lark's head knot, which is something iKickShins used in her tutorial, and I'm kind of fond of this one because it makes it neat. Let me find my comb. Where did my comb go? Hello, comb. My comb has disappeared. Where did you go? I shall return with the comb. Okay, found my comb. It's just a standard hairdresser comb. I've had this thing for years. It's made about 500 dreads and it hasn't lost any teeth. Yeah, the teeth got a bit bent, but who cares? Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip the hair underneath. And this is the Lark's head knot, as iKickShins does it. Now what you're going to do, from one side, you're going to take a very, very tiny piece of hair. Minuscule. Anyway, don't pull it too hard, otherwise you'll pull the hair. What you're going to do is you're going to take it, you're going to wrap it around the loop, and you're going to create a little hole here. Now on the inside of the hole, put your fingers in and grab it and pull it tight, and you've got a little loop here. Now this works if you're using a very, very tiny coat hanger or a hook or something, but the pro of it is you get a nice neat 7mm loop, and it's a nice little loop. Oh, my phone went off. Anyway, so you just back comb it as normal. This is where it gets a bit rough, but if you notice, the loop keeps coming undone, so you gotta find that little piece again and just give it a little tug and back comb it again. Where are you, little annoying thing? There you are. So yeah, I'm not having absolute fun with this method, but it works alright. Just back comb. Now, this is where I'm going to revisit the backcombing 101. I'm having a few issues here. What people don't get, if they find that they're losing so much hair, is probably because what they are actually doing is they aren't using the right tension. So you got the tension. The correct tension is to pull it taut and let little bits go at a time. See? I'm pulling it taut, but I'm letting little bits go at a time. And if you leave it too loose, you won't get anywhere. And if you keep it too tight, you won't get anywhere either. And basically that one, look at it. It's a puff ball. Anywho, I'm going to remove it from the rig and I'm going to show you the loop that we've created. Now, there's hardly anything there. You can just fit the crochet hook in. Might be a little work, but I don't really like this method as much as my normal method. Just the back combing. Let's just see what we can get here. Yeah, fat chunky dread. Yeah, and you got a tiny little loop, but the thing is, because the loop itself is not back combed, you're going to end up with straggly bits, and it's going to be a bit hard to install them. Yeah, you got a nice small loop, but it's not neat, okay? They're not meant to be neat, but they're just tad annoying. So anyway, we'll go with another one. Now, this one I find pretty laughable. Why, I don't know why people are going to do it, because when it's installed, it's a bit crap, to be honest with you. So let me just tie my rig back up. Ugh. Alright, this is the annoying little braid one. I don't know why you would even do it, because look, I know on Quinsters back in the day, you braided like an inch worth of hair, then you wrapped it around. Yeah, you don't, that was optional, but I don't see how that would work, to be honest with you. So anyway, you're gonna split the hair in 3. So split it in 3. 1, 2, 3. Just braid it for an inch, and then start back combing. This is a rough process. I honestly don't know what people think when they do this. I don't like it, and it makes for a very weak dread the top of the dread. Now just watch my tension. Pull, let go, very lightly. Now, thing is, you can't back comb up here. So what you end up with is this small bit up the top, and then this fat thing here. And yeah, it looks okay installed, but it just looks weird, and it's messy, and I don't know what the hell. What's gonna happen to the loop once it's not gonna, that bit is not gonna actually seal, so you're gonna have some issues there down the track. Well, it's partially properly back combed. Okay, there you have a loop, but look what happens. The loop just becomes mangled. One bit goes wrong, it becomes a mangled loop. And you don't really want that, especially if you're going to be selling dreads and people are going to complain, I can't get these in my hair, or I tried to put these in my hair, but the loop went funky. You don't want to sell people this sort of stuff. So this method's really bad. Like, the only pro is that it gives a nice little small bit for you to start a braid on, when you're gonna install them, but otherwise it's just rubbish. Bye bye. Anyway, next one. Oh, this one's another laughable one. I don't know why it's doing it. People are doing it. Some of my closest friends do it, and I've told them this stuff, and I do appreciate their work a lot. Their dreads are fantastic, but the loops are annoying. One of my friends, I've tried to tell her, don't do the loops like that, just do the loops like I do them. You'll have so much more fun, and it's a ton easier. This one is the loop there. Tie it, there we go. Now what you're left with is this annoying little, I don't know, space between where it's tied. So you may not get enough, you may not get enough actual backcombing in there, so that will be a very weak spot. What I also don't like is that I installed some dreads that were made like this on some really short hair, and it didn't, like, it just didn't, like, go on nicely. You had this thick, heavy part there, and then you had this, like, really thin part, and then this fat part, and you're like, oh my god, this is a nightmare to install. So anyway, we're going to try this out. Let's give it a back comb now. Just watch my movements, and watch my tension. I can't, doing it like this, you're not going to get anywhere. Doing it like this, you're not going to get anywhere either. I'm pulling it. You got to firmly tug on it, and you can't grip it like this. You can't grip it like that. You got to grip it in between. So I go. Like that. Anyway, okay, so this is not that hard to back comb, but I suggest going in through the sides instead of the top. Oh, my ironing board is all squeaky and shit. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I think my ironing board is a bit of a furry. I don't know. It might be. You never know. It's got a ton of hair on it. It squeaks like a mouse. Oh, I dropped my Sharpie. Alright, let's see what this does. I'm taking it out. Oh, we got an erection here. Blah, blah, blah. That was actually a funny story. That was the first thing that came up off the top of my head. Sorry you got a bit of leg there. I hope you enjoyed it. Anywho, so this is the loop here. And we've got a very weak spot here. It was hard to backcomb that part. But when you get that, where's that crochet hook gone? I am missing a crochet hook. Oh wait, here it is. Anywho, you put that on and like you twist it up. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, you can get a nice little twist from it, but that bit there, that lump there is freaking annoying. Especially with thicker dreads. And you got the other problem is these loops get very messy very easily, so you're gonna try and stick a crochet hook in them. Oh yeah, you can stick it in and then you end up going, whoa, is this the hole there? Yeah, I'm royally fed up with that method. Another one. Oh, this one is even more laughable. This one's for the weaklings. Woo. Let's see. It's the tie off with an elastic band. Now, what I feel about this method, you know what? I think it's a waste of elastic. Really. Like, seriously, it is a waste of elastic. If you can't do a dread like that, I don't know why. I don't know. Seriously. I don't know. I think it's just a waste of materials, this one. I'm just showing you what it does. I'm going to use green fiber this time because, yeah, I'm in a green mood. So anyway, we're going to just tie it. Now, the problem is if you don't have a hair tie in the color of the dread, it's going to look stupid. Look at this black thing. Oh, I don't know. You know, the con I think that is the elastic gets caught in your hair. And some people do these they tie it down here, so they got these gigantor loops. I think it's really annoying. So we're going to do it with the gigantor loop. And backcomb it. Play around with the gigantor loop. The only thing those kinds of loops would be good for if you're just like going to put a single-ended dread in your natural dreadlocks. And like do a loop over because the dread can fit through it. But I really don't know why you would make such a big loop otherwise. You don't need big loops. Oh, this makes me laugh. I'm sorry. I'm a bitch. I know it. You can tell why I'm so sore from this. This is actually a very hard action to do. Anyway, I got this gigantor loop. Yeah, it's neat now. You know what happens? You start to braid it into your hair, and it just goes Like, ugh. I need to do this on a wig base or something. Anyway, you put it through your hair, you put one strand of hair in, you start wrapping it around, and it just becomes, you have this little thin part that's not even back combed, and you're like, you have to twist and turn it. Or if you put both ends of both bits of hair through in the section, you get this like little squish up here, and it squishes up, and it's like, what the friggin' hell is that? And it doesn't look nice. And yeah, I just think it's a waste of resources, basically. Putting an elastic there, you can throw that one out as well. Anyway, so I've gone through the ones I really loathe, my pet peeves, single ender loops. Now, if you're gonna try any of this crap with swirled dreads, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm just kidding. I want the light back. It's not much light. Sun's not out. It's very hot here too. Middle of summer, so I'm not expecting any cold weather. No, I got some awesome clothes for winter. It's fabulous. So anyway, this is the simplest way you can make single ender loops. They are neat. Okay, they're not neat. They're not like perfect, but you can like what. I don't know why people go to so much trouble to actually smooth the dreads down when they are actually fuzzy. Like, you got a few pokies here and there. And yeah, so anyway, what you have to do is just start back combing right to the end. Don't secure it, don't tie it, don't do anything. Yeah, it's gonna come a bit wacky there. I was gonna say wanky, or like manky. Wacky, manky, wanky. No, it's going to become a bit wacky, but once you get all the hair matted up, like so. This hair is a bit breaky. Achy, breaky hair. Poor thing. See, once you... See, that's a bit... Yeah, it needs a bit more back combing there, but all you have to do is just back comb it a bit more. Just really back comb into the loop. See, normally my rig would be the actual fabric would be across, not this way. So I'm doing it vertically. That's why. So yeah, just grab that in there. I know I'm using very small amounts of dreads, hair, but... Ooh, saw my legs again. It's so hot here. But yeah, I'm just using this as an example. I just want to show you what you end up with. You end up with this tiny little thing. And like, look, once you twist it... I don't want to twist the friggin'... You end up with a tiny loop like that, and... If you use a coat hanger and a kettle to seal it, you're going to end up with a pretty darn perfect loop. Now, I'll show you it off the fabric and what it actually is. It's this tiny little loop here. Got a few hairs through it, but look at it, it's perfect. Crochet hook slides through. Yeah, surely it's got a few pokey hairs through it coming out of it, but I don't see what that problem is with pokey hair. Like, you got a few flyaways, but you've got a nice little loop. And once it seals up, you end up with a nice loop that you can... It looks nice and falls. It sits perfectly when you install dreads. It sits on the scalp. It doesn't droop. And it's just... There goes my phone again. It's just perfect loop. And it's small. See? My finger barely fits through it. And it's neat. Now, anyway, so I'll show you, like, I'll go through this again. Pros and cons. Okay, let me find the lark's head knot. Okay, lark's head knot makes a small loop, but very fidgety. There's not much room to move here. And you also get a tiny loop, and you get a little gap there, kind of. And while it does look neat, it's not as neat in the end, as you can see. Now, next one is, can't remember, I think I did the Brady one next. This one just fell apart, if you're not sealing these on actual fabric, you're gonna have issues with them. So I suggest not to use this one because it's just very messy, and if you do seal it on there, you're gonna get an unsealed part there. It's not gonna seal properly because it's not backcombed, and it's not gonna look that great. But on the plus side, it looks nicer because it will sit against the scalp. Okay, but it will flop. It won't stick up. Well, it won't give the dread after it's sealed any support around here, so that will weaken the area. Now, the tie the knot. This is such a con. It's a messy loop. It's not going to be neat. It's going to be annoying, and you're going to end up ruining the dread because of it. See, I don't know which one it is. Especially if it ends up, like, you seal it and it ends up coming to you like that. It's like, where the hell's the loop? Where am I supposed to do it? And I wouldn't burden the client with that. The fourth one, the pros of this, it's a bit neater. Not. It's a con. It's actually a con. Why? Because it's big, it's annoying, and it doesn't sit right in the hair if you install it. Doesn't sit on elastic right either. The smaller loop, it just becomes a little messy loop because this bit's unbackcombed and it'll just mat together anyway. And finally, I really can't find a con with this apart from it's a bit messy. But this is probably the neatest loop and the most perfect loop you'll ever get out of it. So I do suggest following this method. It's a lot neater. It's a lot easier to get in the hair. It sits perfectly when installed. It sits perfectly when put in falls. And yeah, it's the ultimate loop. I can see you. Thanks for watching, and if you've got any feedback regarding this video, just let me know in the comments. If you've got any more questions, comment below, please. And favorite, subscribe, whatever. I've hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'm really happy, and I hope this video goes really well. I know it's long, but I hope it goes well. So thanks for watching, and thanks for being a part of this demo, and thanks for all the support over the last few years through my tutorials. I've been meaning to thank people for that, and I do hope that I can bring you brand new tutorials, brand new dread revelations in the future. I will work on natural palm rolled ones. I might do that today, I might do that another day, but I will do them eventually, and I'll probably bring in, I don't know whether I should do a double-ended tutorial, because there's a few out there, and it's very similar to doing a single end of it. You just, like, you don't make a loop, you just clip it onto something. So anyway, have a great summer, winter, I don't know, wherever you are in the world, just have a great day. See ya, bye.